Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello to you and welcome back to the channel where you join me today for a very exciting video. We're at the Audi Driving Center in Neuburg an der Donau in Germany, and today is the global premiere, the first look at the new Audi Sport e-tron Vision Gran Turismo. Not only are they presenting the car though, the car for the game, but they have also built one. Today we're going to see it and I'm going to get an opportunity to take it for a drive around the track here in Neuburg. Excited is an understatement. Let's get inside and check out the launch of the new Audi Sport e-tron Vision GT. Now, I've visited the Audi Driving Experience Centre once before, and that was for my first outing in the TT Cup car ahead of my race at Hockenheim. Today is also for a race car, but a fully electric one, and I'm looking forward to seeing more about this. It's time for the presentation to begin, so let's check it out. We've just had a quick look at the new e-tron GT, but it's very much inspired by this car, the Audi Quattro IMSA-GTO. The craziness of the design, the livery, and any second, we're actually going to see it. Something's happening.
What a surprise it is.
We've just had some races on the simulators.
There is actually a very real Audi e-tron.
They've just announced that the car is real. It's going to be arriving right here any second. So everybody is waiting in anticipation. Here it comes. The first look at the new e-tron. Wow. Look at that. Straight in. Katsunori Yamauchi, the founder, just stepping out of the side here. Wow. Out it goes for now. We're going to take a proper look at this in a second. Just look at that wing though. Look at the wheel covers, which are representative of those that we saw earlier on the IMSA GTO. Out it goes. Follow it straight out here into the daylight just to catch a first glimpse of it in the light. Goodness. Silent, obviously. 3 electric motors, over 800 horsepower. Off it goes. We've just caught a shuttle in a Q7 to come up here to take a proper look at the car in the race pit area over here. And back in it comes to have the wheels changed, so it's done a few laps. Race car after all. Up on the hydraulics. On go the wheels. Just look at this though, you can see so many of the styling cues that come from the earlier car. The aggression and high lines, the very straight shoulder line that it has throughout, but obviously modern styling, Vision Gran Turismo styling, wild characteristics you see in modern Audi design in the latest cars that are releasing, the light structure around the front. I like the way the bottom canards actually almost continue the line of the lights that you see as well, but it's like the Quattro and an R8 had a baby, and this is what you had as a result. We'll go around it in more detail in a second. It's going to zip off back towards the pit left, maybe. Silent running. The noisiest thing is the drone overhead. Just look at this on the tarmac. It's the first time there has been the Vision Gran Turismo car that can actually drive properly. This is the full e-tron version, Audi's electric arm, of course. This coming under the Audi Sport brand as well. It's just mega, it's menacing. An electric race car. The car is back, so let's take a walk around it in slightly more detail just to study the design and check out what we're looking at. The car has 3 electric motors, as I think I said, 800 horsepower or so. All-wheel drive, Quattro of course, Audi famous for their four-wheel drive cars. Just look at that wing though while we're around at the back. That huge wing, the interesting shapes on it too. But this is really the car developed for the game but actually done as something that drives, and it'll be used as a precursor, a taxi in advance of Formula E races as well. The wing hangs out so far at the back. These are different wheels, the wheels that it's running on for us to drive out today. But you've got some very aggressive lines and shapes, very squared, very edgy, very sharp, coming around. Huge number of louvres over the front arches. The cooling obviously up through the front to direct airflow over the top, but still distinct Audi styling. The front grille even wider and more angular than we've seen on the road cars, although this samples gives an example of what might come into road cars again in the future. The lights that we mentioned that have a very specific light sequence to them. And then if I come round, I want to show you just quickly onto the inside of the car, come all the way around the back, the 4 rings sitting there as well. You've got the rear clam released by the hatches. We open up the door, very much race car through and through. Fixed seats, fixed bucket seats, small steering wheel of course. This is, well, akin to a full, prototype style race car. This is the full electric in the game. There is also the hybrid, which is used to compete in LMP1 style class races on Gran Turismo. Anyway, I think it's time to find the man who's going to co-drive with me today, because, well, there's a racetrack here, and this thing needs to be driven. Joining me for the drive then is Dindo Capello, Audi Sport driver, 3 times winner of Le Mans. He's the man who drove it in, and he is just over there getting helmeted up, which I need to do as well, and jump in the car, and then it's go time. Stepping in. Perfect. Hey, there we go. Hello. Cool. We're in. It's cozy. So the door is shut.
Go back to neutral.
So you press neutral.
Should be 2 there, and then again D.
And then
it
D.
appeared 3 there, and now the car is steering there. Yeah, down. Perfect. And now you have the power steering.
So it's woken up. We've got the electric noises.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can go.
So no gears.
No
nothing
gears,
like that.
nothing.
Just the throttle pedal. Okay. Here we go.
Warm up a little bit the brake to the left, which is now.
Okay, I see what you mean. Very firm brake pedal. So this makes me the first non-Audi person to drive this car. This is quite spectacular. My goodness. So out we go onto the handling circuit. What a strange sensation. Electric blurs.
Next lap, try to accelerate when you are
funny is I keep thinking, oh, where are the gears?
Yeah.
Let's change gears.
Every time I brake, I try to shift down.
You're like, well, that's not going to do anything in an electric car. It's just 1 gear go. It's
the brake balance is working like in a GTM car.
Okay. And it's pretty stripped down in here, just the raw carbon fibre of everything. I wanted to go for the downshift again, but it's not happening. Wow.
Accelerate here. You really feel the power in such a way. Try to accelerate.
Wow!
You feel it much more in
But also from an almost standstill. It's 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.5 seconds.
Yes. And 7.8 0 to 200.
7.8 to 200. That is fast. Electric, so there's no noise or sound while you're doing that. So how do you turn it off in effect?
Then neutral.
Neutral.
That's it, and then up the steering.
And then turn on the steering.
Yeah, perfect.
And there we go.
Perfetto. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Now that was super cool. Oh, we're wired in, there we go. So, I've got to get out without standing on the side sill. Oh, steering wheel first. It's cozy for sure, but then it's a race car, it's supposed to be. So, let's do this as an interesting swing. There we go, that wasn't too bad. So, I think that probably makes me the first person from outside of Audi in the world to drive the e-tron Vision Gran Turismo concept. The race car for the game that they've just surprised everyone by actually launching here as well. That's so special. In a straight line, it's just full electric power, go. This is exciting for the future and e-tron and the brand and where cars are going in general. Just absolutely incredible. How good does this look rolling back into the pit box? What a thing. What an absolutely crazy thing to be able to create this and just, you know, have the actual car, but also allow people to drive with it and feel part of that experience in the game also. Just wild. As you saw, the car is now back inside the pit box. I've had a moment to think a little bit more about this. It's charging up though, full electric of course. It has a system to charge it very, very fast, as you can imagine. It's also got the parts now installed for cooling of the brakes. Those are quite old school, but pretty cool to have on it as well. It's just an incredibly ridiculous thing, and the opportunity to be here and show you guys this car that is in the game, except it's actually right here in real life as well, is just incredible. A big thanks to Audi Sport for that chance. Just look at the thing. It's like a completely stripped out race car machine, and that was the strangest thing actually driving it, is you're expecting to hear a wild, angry, rattly race engine inside the car, but you've got the silence of electric motors and whirs and that side of things instead. Just how cool is this? I'm gonna head back to the other side, so bye-bye to the car for now. The only one in the world, a priceless electric race car, the Audi e-tron Vision Gran Turismo. We'll see you later. While a couple of other people are getting an opportunity to go out in the car, it gives me a moment just to stand here and reflect a little bit from the viewing platform over the track, which is where I did the driving experience and drove the TT Cup for the first time. An amazing place. You can see the lineup of some of the cars here, handling circuit and the like, but we've been up there in the race pits over the other side. I'm just going to say a quick apology if you couldn't quite hear in the car. It's a strange noise and sound that you have, the electrical whirs, and just actually quite a lot of noise, just not the traditional engine, which is going to take some getting used to, but that is the future, that is electric. I think it's going to be quite one that we get accustomed to, and when we start hearing more of these electrical sounds, they will create their own individual tones, and we will recognize cars in the same way that we currently recognize different engines. But to make this project, the designers, the developers, the engineers, they've been working since the first initial discussion, so to speak, about doing this for up to 5 years, they said. Obviously, most of that in the last, I suppose, probably year or a couple of months, just to get the final bits put together with the Audi e-tron Vision Gran Turismo. But amazing. I hugely appreciate the opportunity to come and drive this and to share it with you guys, who, by the way, if you have Gran Turismo, the game, on PlayStation, you can download, or you have available to you right now, that car. How cool is that? You can play with that one. That's the only one, the only real one that most people didn't know was even going to be here today, and I've had an opportunity to drive it. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. As always, guys, I really appreciate your support. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at the Audi e-tron Vision Gran Turismo, but that is it for this time. I will catch up with you again with another video very soon. Cheers.